Hi everybody, Anita here. I'll be finishing up a mani that we started last week with two more ideas for uses of nail vinyls. So I showed you this last week, how to get your vinyl off of the paper backing. For the first nail design, I'm going to use a silicone mat. And honestly, this will be the easiest way for you to use your vinyls to make decals, which is what I'm going to do with one vinyl. And then even for the second vinyl, what I'm going to do, your design removes a lot easier off of the silicone mat than it does off of what I'll use later is a sandwich bag. If you don't have a silicone mat, then by all means you can use the sandwich bag. But I have problems with that, and I'll tell you about that later. You just push your vinyl down onto the mat, make sure that it's down pretty firmly, and then polish over it. Remove the vinyl while the polish is still wet. And you'll see here that I had a little struggle with placing my vinyl the second time around. I should have just used a new vinyl and I wouldn't have to deal with the excess polish that's on top. But in order to try to save a little bit of time and expedite my design for the video, I used the vinyl again. So you can just use a fresh vinyl. That'll be a lot easier for you. You'll still get a nice clean design with it as well. So the secret to nail vinyls is to let them dry completely. For the top one, to make the decal, I'm using Sally Hansen's Double Duty. It is a top and base coat in one, and you'll see that I am polishing that over the vinyl a little bit outside of the design. That's for easier pickup. See, my vinyl was not complete, my polish was not completely dry because you see that it's smeared a little bit. So let yours dry completely and you should avoid that altogether. Now this is the second vinyl that I'm using. I'm going to polish that over with orange. Now you'll see that this is on the outside of the sandwich bag. Later on, when I remove the decal, it will be off a smaller piece of plastic, and that's because I couldn't get it off of the top of the bag. I had to cut the bag open and redo that decal on the inside of the bag. So you'll see that a little bit later. Once your polish, your top coat has dried completely, your decal is ready to be removed from the mat. So if it's dried completely, it usually has no problem coming right off. This one, again, I was impatient. I apologize. You see how it stuck a little bit there? That won't happen if you let it dry completely. This decal, you see, has a shiny side and a matte side. I chose to use the shiny side down. I find that it adheres to the nail a little bit better, and this, still being a tiny bit tacky, had no problem adhering to my nail. So if you have a problem getting it to stay on your nail, just put a thin coat of top coat on your nail and then put the decal on. But once you put the decal down, it's done. Don't try to move it. You'll just ruin it. So I just trimmed it up with scissors, and now I'm taking a cuticle pusher that has a slightly sharp edge to it. I'm just going to go around my nail so I can remove the excess part of the decal. It looks like I'm really pressing hard here, but I'm not. Comes off pretty easily. Now once you have that off, just do a quick cleanup around the nail with your cleanup brush and a little acetone or nail polish remover. Top coat, I'm using a glossy fast drying top coat here. That's Seche Vite. I use it all the time, and it makes, look at that, so pretty. Came out really nice, and that's decal making. It's just that simple. It's not that bad at all. Now for the next design, what I did, I'm not going to make a decal. I'm just going to take the different parts of the design and lift them off the mat and then place them on my nail wherever I want. You can make any design from any from any nail vinyl, and take the parts and make the design completely your own. This is a really cool thing that you can do sometimes. Now, if you find that your pieces don't want to stick to your nail, put a thin coat of top coat on it. You'll see there, didn't really want to stick. My nails are completely dry, and the polish for the design is completely dry. So if you do use the top coat, just be warned, wherever you put your design on that top coat, leave it alone because it will smear horribly. Once you have it down, and this is just random, you know, you'll do a much better job than I did. But you'll see that one little piece moved out of place. It didn't stay down, and when I brushed over it with the top coat, it moved it. Now that's a done deal. I cannot put that back because it's already started to melt. into the top coat. And that's what I mean when I say, you know, if you top coat your nail first and you put the design on, don't try to move it because you'll just make a mess out of it. But we're going to pretend that I meant to do that and move on. So this is the inside of the sandwich bag that I told you about, and I did polish over it with the Double Duty. Let it dry completely. You see that it came off very easily. It is very delicate. It's really a thin little thing. I chose an orange ribbon because March is Autistic Awareness Month, and I just wanted to use that to bring more awareness to autism and research and to further their cause. Now I could have used a brighter polish. I used what I had. I didn't have a brighter polish, so this is more for application and for demonstration. You will use a brighter color in your decals for sure, but this is how it works. You just put it on your nail and then go over it with a nail polish remover around the nail, and that will dissolve that decal. It just melts it right away, and it stays put. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. I'm just finishing off with, again, a glossy top coat. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think, and let me know what you'd be interested in seeing. I'm looking for video ideas. I thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and the bell icon will notify you when I upload. That's once a week. I'll see you next time.